I am a technocrat and an academic with 25 years of experience. I worked at University of Moratuwa in Sri Lanka as a senior lecturer and senior fellow in entrepreneurship for 17 years. While working at university, I engaged in small hydropower development, off-grid village hydropower development in Sri Lanka. That experience paved the path to be an energy consultant to UNIDO to do hydropower projects in different parts of Africa, mainly Rwanda and Burundi. Then we could do hydro development projects as a groundbreaking exercises in Liberia, Kenya, and consultant to Liberia and Tanzania also as World Bank consultant, USAID projects and UNIDO projects. All of us know now in 2020, Rwanda is the fastest developing country in entire Africa. But in 1994, it underwent a genocide which killed one-third of entire population within just 3 months. Thereafter, Paul Kagame became the president, and even now he is the president as a visionary leader. With the invitation of UNIDO, I could go to Rwanda in 2004 as an energy specialist. After teaching them how to do hydropower projects, we could demonstrate by doing village hydro projects through my own company, ENCO. So thereafter, we could do 4 village hydro projects, giving electricity to more than 2,000 people in Rwanda, and still they are working as live experience and good working models. It paved path for people to stay in the village, do their own industries using the electricity they produced, and became a very big people for the development of that small landlocked country. In 2010, World Bank wanted me to replicate my experience in another war-affected country, in Liberia, that is in the west coast of Africa. That project was done in a small village in Yandahun, which is so remote, and it took about 2 days to reach that village from their main capital, Monrovia. We did that project over a period of 12 months, and still it's running very well and became a very good experience for them to change their policy, just same as Rwanda. Now we are going to engage in a much bigger project as a grid connector project through my own company, ENCO. Japan, being a developed and energy-hungry nation, focused only into nuclear power and coal power projects of more than 1,000 megawatts each. But after Fukushima incident, they looked inwards and introduced a tariff for renewable energy development. But unfortunately, there was a major gap in return on investments and technology. I thought that is a very good opportunity for me to enter into Japanese market, and I gave my proposal to 2 companies called Traders Holdings and Fuso. There we came into a joint venture agreement and incorporated a company in Japan called Fuso Hydropower Solution, which gives hydropower solutions to big electric companies in Japan and investors to do a lot of hydropower projects of small capacity, maybe in 500 kilowatt to 5 megawatts. That's a very good breakthrough for me. Whole life of our journey is to find gaps and introduce solutions for that as front runners and entrepreneurs who are swimming in the blue ocean. This partnership may be with the government, maybe with international organization, maybe with the company or individuals who are trustworthy and strong partners that can make a change. What you need is never giving up mindset, and analyze your problems by breaking into small problems and find solution and modeling the solution and work towards the achievement of that target, which needs mutual respect, sharing knowledge, empathy, integrity, and good people to work as your partners as well as your staff. That's all what we need to achieve our targets.
Most of Rwanda's 13 million people live on mountainous terrain with no access to electricity. We take a look at an initiative that's providing an affordable and environmentally friendly solution.
Kitabura Village School, nestled in a steep valley in the remote north of Rwanda, the so-called land of 1,000 hills.
Open your computers, okay? Open your computers.
The school's pupils have recently been chosen to take part in the government's ambitious One Child, One Laptop programme. It's to equip them with skills that will enable them to play an active role in 21st century life.
Of Rwanda.
Yet just 2 years ago, none of this would have been possible, for the communities living in this area had no access to electricity. Children couldn't study after dark, and logging onto the internet was a distant dream. The electricity powering change in this part of Rwanda comes from a small-scale hydroelectric plant near the village. Driven by water from the Mutobo River, it provides electricity to some 5,000 people in the areas nearby. In a country where only a fraction of the population has access to electricity, it's a major breakthrough. The majority of Rwanda's 13 million people live in remote rural areas that the government considers too expensive to connect to the national grid. But small-scale plants like this, one of 4 constructed in partnership with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, are a cost-effective and environmentally friendly way of bringing power to the people. Jamari Modesta, a baker in the nearby village of Kabare, is among the thousands benefiting from the Mutobo plant. But it's not just Jamari who's benefiting from the bakery. The money it generates is also funding the studies of her 20-year-old brother-in-law, Pascal. Pascal is now in the 2nd year of a business studies course. His parents are poor, and were it not for this business, he would have to drop out. This ceremony marks the handing over of the Mutobo hydroelectric plant to the local community. It's a day of celebration, as the plant has now been operational for 2 years and local people are aware of the benefits electricity can bring. The Rwandan government's target is to extend access to electricity to half the population by 2017. It's part of an ambitious programme of projects aimed at transforming Rwanda from war-torn nation to a magnet for investors. The Rwandan capital Kigali is evidence of the progress that's already been made. The city boasts a new road network, street lighting and free-flowing traffic. The country's economy is among the fastest growing in Africa.
You stand up.
But it's pupils like these, computer-savvy, idealistic and eager to learn, that the country's main hopes for the future rest on. The first generation to have been born after the 1994 genocide, they're learning new skills that it's hoped will help build a Rwanda everyone can be proud of.